Hey everyone, welcome back to the Wyoming Knits YouTube channel. My name is Jenny Lee, and this is my channel where I like to talk about all the things that I've been knitting on over the past week. Today is Sunday, April 26th, 2025. I messed up the date on the last one. It was the 19th. And this is episode 136. You can find me on Instagram as Jenny Lee Knits, and you can find me on Ravelry as Jenny Lee S Knits. And today I'm coming to you from a cloudy, rainy southwest Wyoming where I live with my husband, our daughter, and our little Yorkie Dex. I have no finished objects today. I have one half finished object and 5 works in progress that I want to share with you today. Yesterday I went to my local yarn store for LYS day, and I got to sit and knit and visit with all the ladies there and pick out some yummy yarn, and so we'll talk about that at the end. I'm wearing my Wyoming Knits hoodie that I have linked in the description somewhere below. My Spreadshirt shop. You can get a hoodie or a tote bag with the Wyoming Knits logo on there if you would like to support the channel that way, or if you are from Wyoming and you would like to have a bag for yourself. So that will be linked in the description box below. All the things that I talk about today will be linked in the description box. The project page on Ravelry, the yarn, where I bought the yarn, and where I got the bags, with a link to the bag maker shop. So let's get into what I've been working on, my works in progress. So the first thing I have has been living in this bag. This is a bag by Fancy Boy Designs. I have my yarn and my yarn tag right here. I am using the Yarnable by Hypnotic Yarn, and the color is Shroom with a View. This is from September 2025, and I finished the first sock. I'm doing the second breakfast pattern by Sock Witchery. I did 64 stitches with a German twisted cast on, and I did 20 rounds of a 2x2 cuff. Then I started in on the pattern. I substitute in the slip stitch heel flap and gusset from the Crazy Sock Ladies vanilla socks on 9-inch circulars, and then I don't know if this is the same toe in the pattern, but it's the toe that I put on everything. It's the toe from the Crazy Sock Ladies vanilla socks pattern. So I did 70 rounds for the leg, and then I knit the foot long enough to fit my mom's foot, because these are for my mom. They don't fit my foot, they're a little too long. I was right here last time I showed you these. I had not done the heel flap yet, so I used stitch markers to mark every 10 rounds, and I started the second sock, and I made it pretty far. I really like this waffle pattern on the second breakfast socks. I do use 9-inch circulars. These are a size 0, 2mm. They are the Chowgoo red lace. And I have this much left. So I'm sure it will be enough to finish a whole pair of socks for my mom. She wears a size 8, so I knit hers to fit a size 8 shoe. And I've just been working away. These are hopefully going to be a Mother's Day gift for her. So that was my first work in progress. My second work in progress is also a Mother's Day present. This one is going to be for my mother-in-law, and this is a bag by Mountain State Stitches. I love this bag. I love to hold it like this and just knit right out of it. This is also a Hypnotic Yarnable yarn. This is the old tag, and this is a May 2025 Squeeze the Day. And I'm doing the String of Lights on this one. Started out the same way, German twisted cast on, 64 stitches, 2x2 ribbed cuff. Then I went into the pattern, substituted in the regular heel flap slip stitch, and I have finished the gusset decreases, and I am on the foot of this one. Her foot is smaller, I think 5 or 5.5, I can't remember. I have to check my notes when I get there. And I do use, oh, it's not in here. It's not in there either. It's by my chair downstairs. I use like a slap bracelet sock ruler to measure my socks. But this has the green, and it spirals. So I thought just the String of Lights would be kind of a ribbed pattern where it's a little squishy, but enough that you can still see all of the beautiful yarn. Her favorite color is yellow, so I thought this would be a fun one for her this year for the spring. So those are my 2 Mother's Day socks, and then I needed a quick project to take with me yesterday, something easy, something vanilla that I could knit on while I was visiting. And so I reached up here and I grabbed a ball of Felicini. This is from Knit Picks. They only had one release of this yarn. I'm finding the tag. They only did it one time, and I guess not enough people were fans of the small stripes, and so they didn't do it again. This was the year that they discontinued the Felici and did Felicini, and then they brought the Felici back because I don't think lots of people were fans of the small stripes. And so this is what I got so far. It's living in my Mountain State Stitches bag. Nope, this is my Stitch Quest bag from Katie's Randomness. And I cast on the cuff yesterday morning and did about 2 rounds. I did 64 stitches, German twisted cast on, 2x2 rib cuff for 20 rounds, and then I did plain vanilla all the way around. And I am 1 row away from putting in the heel. I think my next row is the row I put the heel on. So I stopped right there. I did 70 rounds. And this is the Concession Stands color. Yes, Concession Stands. It's right down here in the corner. So this is ready for a heel. I'll probably hold off on putting in the heel until I know I'm going somewhere where I'm going to need to be able to just knit plain vanilla socks. So this one's probably going to take a while. The Mother's Day socks will come before this one. I just wanted something vanilla to knit on while I was at the Yarn in the Tail yesterday. Then I have this one in my Fates Threads bag. Fates Threads no longer does bags. And this is my Anacortes pullover, and I'm using I'm going to have to cake up another ball. I'm using the Yarn Cafe Creations in the color Prickly Pear. This is her DK weight. I think she's only got a few skeins left on her website. She is doing a clearance and clearing everything out, and then I'm not sure what she's doing after that. But this is what we got. I was right here last time. I have separated the sleeves. I have some other sleeves, excuse me, on hold, and so I just took a little stitch marker and put it through the holes right there to hold this so the stitches don't fall off. So I am just knitting the broken rib pattern and then the twisted rib pattern down the side. That was part of the raglan line, and it goes right down the middle. There you go. I love that little detail right there. And it's going to be stretchy and squishy. I have not measured my gauge on this yet. I probably should. I'm pretty sure it's going to fit me. I haven't tried it on yet either. After I put the sleeves on hold, don't think I can get my little biceps through there. They're bigger than that, but if it doesn't fit me, it will fit my daughter. So I love this color. I love the pooling, or the speckling, I guess. It's speckling, not pooling. With all the different flecks of colors. Can you... It blows out if I get it too close. So, I'm working on this just a little bit. Now that it's all the increases are done and I'm on the body, it's the broken rib pattern and the twisted rib pattern between the stitch markers, and so that'll be easy to just pick up and knit after school. So I think I'm gonna love it. And I did work on this project. This is in a bag that my aunt had commissioned from my cousin, her daughter. She made some bags for us. And I'm using the, let's see if I can get this out, Lion Brand Scarfie Light. It's fluffy and fuzzy. This is the Tiger Lily color. It is 349 yards per 100 grams, 43% acrylic, 41% polyester, 9% nylon, and 7% wool. And it's got all these beautiful colors mixed in. I love the way it's turning out. Let's see. This is the front. I was right there last time. Right up here. A little. I think this is a dinosaur that I got from Yarnable. And I did about that much. And did I say this is the No Frill Sweater by Petite Knit? I am enjoying the short little color sections. How it's striping but not striping. I think that's kind of fun. I haven't checked my gauge on this one. I'm doing the same size as I did my last one. Same needle size, so hopefully it'll be the same size-ish. So that's gonna get a little bit of work. You start with the collar, you do your ribbing, then you do your raglan increases, and then you put your sleeves on hold, and it's stuck in the round for a long time, and then you go back and pick up sleeves, and then you're done. So I have one last project. I picked up this project again. This is a tote bag that my aunt printed on for me. She did a couple crochet ones, and I said, oh, do you have some knitting ones? And so she did one for me. And this is my painting honeycombs, and I'm using loops and threads, Flecks, this color is the, what color is this? What does it say? It does Sunshine. This one is Sunshine. Beautiful yellow. The different flecks of color in there. And then the other colors, the purple one is Violet. The green one is Seafoam. The pink one is Peachy. And I was right here ready to do this purple one last time I showed it. So I've added in all of those. I tried to work on it for a while on Sunday last week, and Monday I put a stitch marker right here. This is repeat number 20, and I have to get to 54. So I'm not quite halfway done. But I don't like this yarn. I love how it looks. I love the blanket. I love the pattern. I don't like working with the yarn. The yarn is so soft and squishy, and it's going to be so nice to curl up in, but I do not like the yarn. It's very splitty. And when you work with it, if you catch just one of those threads, the thread ends up looking like that in your stitches, and I'm not the biggest fan. I would not recommend this yarn. Maybe if I went down a needle size, it might, I don't know, but I went with the recommended needle size for the pattern. You can kind of tell right there where these are slip stitches, and it just, I don't know. I'm gonna finish it because I don't want to rip it out, and I think once it's finished, the blanket's gonna look beautiful. So, but I just don't like working with this yarn, so I would not buy it again, and I would not recommend it. And that is all the things I worked on this week. I got my Mama Jess yarn in the mail, and so we'll jump right into stash enhancement or acquisitions. And this is my Mama Jess March color. This is so beautiful. So I got this in the mail. And then I told you I went to the Yarn and the Tail yesterday. But all my stuff right here. I got 2 new bags, so I'll show you those first. I got this one. These were 25% off for the day, so I was like, let's get some new bags. This has a box bottom. It's got a pocket right here on the inside. I think it's called a lunch tote. But it was green. My favorite color, green. So I got it. And then I got a Delicue wax canvas bag. It comes with a smaller snap bag with the wax canvas on this side and the mesh on this side. So it's got this big pocket in the front, scissors, and it comes with the scissors. Put those back in there. Oh, now I can't get it to close. There we go. It's got that extra handle that you can put this on the other side over here to have the longer handle. And there's pockets on the side. A thing on the bottom to help keep it open. So got this one. Then I took my reusable bag with me with my logo. I took this to the Great Basin Fiber Arts Fair also, and as I was walking around, I just filled it with all the beautiful yarn that I wanted. The Wonderland yarn was on sale, so I got 2 packs. This one is the Midnight Orchard color, and this one is the Lime to Turquoise Shadow. Let's see. How can you see those colors best? That one's pretty. So I got those. I thought I would make a stripe hype for me with this one, and so I needed a contrast color to go with it. So I got some Barocco Vintage DK. This is fingering weight. I'll hold it double, but I'm going to do the stripe hype with that. And I got 3 of these. Then, as I was roaming around, I saw this, and it's got little bits of sparkle in it. Can you see those little sequin sparkles? Let's see. And I knew I wanted to hold this with something. I even have like some not that one. I think I have some Dove Heather that I could hold it with to make a sweater. So I got 4 of these. And then I needed some longer cords. So I got some a 32-inch cord on the large cord for blanket that I'm doing. I did have it on one of my Knit Picks sets of interchangeables, and I think the cord might have been a little too short. And it was on 10.5, US size 10.5, and I was knitting and I went to move the yarn so I could have some more space on my my right hand needle and move it around so I could keep knitting, and I went like that, and I popped it out, and all of my stitches were live, and I was like, oh no, oh no, oh no. So I tried to get it all back on the cord and then hold it, and then I had to get out my Chow set and put in a connector and put 2 cords together, and then I put it on there, and I thought, and then I went back around so I could get all the stitches on the blanket, and I thought, why wasn't I knitting on Chow in the first place? It was just so much smoother. So I changed it over to the Chow set, and I will be knitting on that one for the rest of that blanket. I will show that blanket in a couple of weeks, because I only did like 2 rows on it, and that's one that I only work on every once in a while. It's not growing very fast, so that's everything for today. Remember the Cowboy yarn crawl that starts the end of May, Memorial Day to Labor Day. I always want to say Labor Day to Memorial Day, but it's Memorial Day to Labor Day, all summer long. All 9 yarn shops in Wyoming will be participating. I will pop up a picture of the map and the information. I have all of the yarn shops linked in the description box below. I have all of their websites, so you can go check out their yarn shop before you go shop in person, or make a purchase online if you would like to. I don't know if online purchases count towards the yarn crawl. I think you have to be there in person to get your passport stamped. But it starts the beginning of summer until the end of summer. And I think that was all the information I had for today. All the extra. Because the We talked about the Great Baits and Fiber Arts Festival like 2 weeks ago, then the yarn store, the LYS day, and now those are done, and so it's almost time for the yarn crawl. Thank you for being here. If you liked this, go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Leave me a comment of what you were working on today while you were watching or listening, and I will see you next Sunday. Until then, happy knitting.